Good evening and welcome to the Football Vloggers podcast. Tonight I am joined by Jake, who's Punk Chef 41, Sheffield Wednesday fan. Good evening, Jake.
Evening, how are we all doing?
Next to him, I've got Mr. Dorr, Ben Dorr from Nottingham Forest. Good evening.
What's going on?
On the old new techers on the headphones as well.
Yeah, you like them? I've
really good and a great haircut, I've got to say.
Yo, it's all for the women out there.
It's proper. It's proper. Absolutely proper.
It's for Lisa.
It's looking fantastic. Below him, I've got Tyler Rowlinson, Charlton Athletic fan.
Hello, how are we doing?
Good evening, Tyler. And also next to him, I've got James Sharkey who is Toon Army TV, who, as you can see, is a Newcastle United fan.
Reed, how's it going? Evening.
Just check who we've got. Somebody called Notting Uses in the chat, and Hayley Viner is here. She says a nice haircut as well. I've got my Christmas jumper on today as well, so we're all
in the festive spirit.
Yeah, we're in the festive spirit. In fact, let's start off with a Christmas cracker joke. Some really bad ones.
Derby rubbish. That's a good one.
What does Santa suffer from if he gets stuck in a chimney?
I haven't got a clue.
Claustrophobia.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody's Frederick Abrams asking where's Nappers. He doesn't want to face the music. I don't think he's gone on to Gogsy's channel because we could have given him some stick about the stick on Twitter, but he's not participating.
What a wuss! Because he got destroyed on Twitter. He's crying.
Wow,
what happened? What happened?
There's a couple of things actually. On basically, the Tuesday,
Fleetwood conceded in the last minute against Wigan, and then Wigan fans came at him because of his live reaction.
Yeah, well, some of the Blackpool fan did a thing where he threw the paper, and some Blackpool fan did a thing where the paper hit him on the thing.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
They hit him in the face.
So is that why he's not coming on?
And then the other one was that it was Blackpool were playing Hull, and it came through that Hull had equalised in the 90th minute, so he was all bigging it up and that's so sad for them, especially as they've been in front for so long for them, for Hull to get an equaliser. He's giving all this, and then all of a sudden we scored, to win it in the 94th minute, and that came through, and he went, "What they scored?" And whoever did the video, you've got to go on Twitter, search it, and it all goes black and white. The music changes. It's really sad face on. So it was really quite funny. Yeah.
To be fairly, Blackpool have they've been quite good the last few weeks. I mean, beating the likes. I know Hull have been on a bit of a bad run, but to be fair, it's probably been coming for Blackpool. Yeah, results like that.
Yeah, we've beaten some good teams, but we couldn't beat Aki Stanley away on Tuesday. They were really, they really didn't let us play.
But on Accrington Stanley in the top 6 or something like that. Well, last time I checked,
with games in hand. With games in hand. Right, we'll just move around very quickly on. So, Jake, first of all, Sheffield Wednesday. It's looking a little bit brighter than it was. You're off the bottom, I do believe.
We're on the bottom. We're off the bottom. We're on 12 points, equal with Wycombe Wanderers, and that's the most positive points we've had all season. We had -12 when we started. We got a loss to Forest, and we just didn't look like we were going to play at all.
Wait. What did you say?
We got a loss to Forest.
Okay, I wasn't listening.
So we didn't play well in that game at all.
Can you repeat that for Dorr?
Yeah. We didn't play well at all in that game at all. We were second best, and they deserved the win. They deserved all 3 points. We looked so out of it. But come Coventry, we get a 1-0 win and hung on to dear life. But it's a win. It's what we needed. It's the start. And we got off-field situation going on yet again. Apparently, the players are not being paid in full. They're either getting something stupid like $7,000 or $7 grand a month or $7 grand a week. I can't remember which one it is. But they have spoke to the PFA, and the PFA are now involved. And it's now like, that's the last thing we need, because if the EFL then gets involved, we could get another point deduction. But we're technically still playing our players. That's the thing. It's only you get a point if you're not paying them. We're paying them, we're just not paying them the full whack. Kind of thing. So we won, we lose, there's something off the pitch. It's just typical Wednesday. Start all over again.
We've got some music going on somewhere in the background. Who's that? Is that?
And there might be
not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Door.
It was Door. All right.
She's little girl. It's Christmas. She wants to dance around.
Door's got his little girl. You can. Does she want to say hello to us?
No, I want to say hello. You want to say hello? Come here. Say hello to Up the Forest.
Up the forest.
So with that very clean segue, we'll go to Door. Tell us all about Nottingham Forest.
Like Jake said, we absolutely. I won't say battered Sheffield Wednesday. But it was an easy win.
Batter.
We
weren't even there. You could have put us in a paper bag and blown it, and we would not have done anything.
We just beat Wednesday 2-0, and Sheffield Wednesday was shocking, absolutely shocking. And if you see my review, how Jake felt, it was just unbelievable. But great win against Sheffield Wednesday. Then on Saturday, we got a point against Millwall. Is it right step going forward? Don't know. It could be. But 4 points in 2, can't complain. And this is to Lisa. We're still not in the bottom 3.
Now, just very quickly, I've got Josh Heath keeps coming on my channel all the time. He's a Stoke fan, and he keeps giving us, don't you know, pump it up. The Stoke are going up. So, what do we think of Stoke? Are they going up?
No.
Is it? No. Is Josh deluded?
It's too early to call, really, in the Championship. It's too early to call in any league. I mean, it could all change. Like, for example, Portsmouth are top of League One. It could all change in a few weeks.
To be fair, Portsmouth always bottle it around this time anyway, so that's fine.
I mean, even Tottenham. I mean, sorry, Ben, but I mean, they went from top to 4th quicker than London.
Don't, man.
But that's what I'm saying. It can all change in a couple of weeks. You know, Tottenham fans all giving it the big and we're going to win the league, and there you go.
Yeah, it's kind of gone. It's all gone a bit pear-shaped, hasn't it? Right, so it's all looking good in Nottingham Forest for Door. So, it's looking a bit better, isn't it?
A little bit better. But we've got like a massive game against Birmingham, and if we win, then it could be another positive stone. But like I said, Sheffield Wednesday was shocking, and Millwall point away from a point out of their ground. Can't complain, but it's positive. That's what we could say. Something positive to talk about.
Okay. Below him, we'll go on to Tyler Rowlandson, Charlton Athletic. How is life at Charlton at the moment?
Well, put in a good performance against Wimbledon, won 5-2 last week. Intense football. And then on Saturday, we took on Swindon and we went back to normality, I'm afraid. Swindon went in front about half an hour in. Then we equalised relatively quickly for Omar Bogle. Probably one of the most strangest goals I've ever seen. He went round the goalkeeper and then he's basically fallen over. And as he's fallen over, he's just kicked at the ball and it's somehow p-rolled its way in the back of the net. But yeah, we went in at the break 1-1. We made it 2-1 through Jackson Eke, super sub, absolutely brilliant off the bench this season. And then Bowyer, I don't know why he got rid of the intense football tactics because, I mean, we smashed Wimbledon 5-2. You can see that we can tear teams apart if we want to. Yeah. With about 25 minutes to play, he brings on defenders, makes us defend this 1-goal lead, and you can only predict what happens next. 90th minute, Brett Pittman, header, bang, goal, 2-2. And yeah, that's how the game ended. Drew 2-2 against third bottom of the league with the worst defensive record in the league. And it's just bloody typical. It's been happening for such a long time. Bowyer's under a lot of fire at the moment because of this defensive tactics, which it's been going on since last season. And I don't know why he insists on doing it. You cannot do it, especially for a club that's in the position that we're in. You can't be doing it.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense, does it, Ish? Because you do look good when you're attacking. I thought you looked a good side, when you're attacking. I don't think you need to defend. I think the best way is just to keep. I don't like managers. That was like us last season with Simon Grace, and he just defended everything. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch it once you start shutting up shop. Right. Moving on to the Premier League, we've got Toonami TV, Newcastle United. Evening, James. Tell us all about Newcastle and what's going on in the northeast of the country.
Right. So the last time I spoke to you, we played Leeds. That was my first midweek game in ages at Ellen Road. Lost 5-2, and to be honest, it could have been 10 or 12. We were that bad on the night. I mean, we got the lead, didn't build on it. Leeds got back into the game, 1-1. shocking defending, and then 2-1 to Leeds, and then we got back at it again 2-2. You think you should kick on from there, and then from there, Leeds United, I mean, they just ran away with it. I mean, the goals that were conceded were poor. I mean, the Dallas goal for the 3-2. I mean, the cross shouldn't come in. Kraft should make a tackle, and then Sean Longstaff, who's been at fault for probably 2 or 3 of the goals, he just lets Dallas just head the ball in. 3-2, then 4-2, and then 5-2, and honestly, the defending was shocking. I mean, it's been all too the recurrent story under Steve Bruce. I mean, he's all too defensive. It's just trying to counter-attack sides, but you can't do that in this league. You've got to try and be clinical. You've got to stay clinical, and we've got some very good players at the club, but they're getting played out of position, and we're struggling big time. So that was points dropped there. And then, typical Newcastle make Leeds look amazing, and then they go and get pumped 6-2 off Manchester United on Sunday. And then we play Fulham at St James's, where you're supposed to bounce back against a relegation-threatened side who may go down at the end of the season. They have turned a bit of a corner, but when you're at home against Fulham, you're meant to dominate the game. You're meant to have a lot of the possession, create the chances, score the goals. Yeah. And I felt like Fulham were robbed of all 3 points. I mean, how on earth we got a point out of that game, I'll never know. I mean, for one, it was never ever a penalty for us. It was a dive by Callum Wilson, and the original contact was actually outside the box. So yes, it was a red card for Fulham, but it was actually a Newcastle free kick, not a penalty. So I'll say that. But for the goal in which we conceded in the first half alone, it was a terrible half. I mean, like, if you don't start off well, you get punished. And Fulham, fair play at them. I mean, without causing too much of a threat, they had a lot of the ball, and it was a comical own goal by Matt Ritchie. There's not much he could have done with it, to be fair. I mean, when the ball comes into the box, Fulham have just got the freedom just to head that forward, and if it wasn't for Matt Ritchie trying to do something with it, then it would have just went through the whole defence. But yeah, it's been a horrible week, only picking up 1 point. And again, we weren't even convinced against West Brom, and we beat them 2-1. But next up, obviously, is Brentford in the Cup, and that's our big game tomorrow night. If we lose that,
I think that's going to be a hard game for you.
It will be. I've done a preview. I've said that.
I don't think that's going to be a walkover.
No, it won't be.
That's a tough game.
I'm nervous about this game.
Ivan Toney got a point to prove to you lot to say why.
It's written. He's going to score. It's written.
He's going to go. This is why you should have kept me. I'm a proven goal scorer, but it'll see what happens.
The problem is we had strikers at the time that could do a job, but listen, we've had it all too often before where players have come back and haunted us. And Brentford, listen, no pushovers. Should have been in the Premier League for this season, but could do it, at the end of the season. Yeah. Very well attacking, good side. So yeah, we'll wait and see.
Can someone please also make sure that Andy Carroll don't come out of his house, because he's linked with Wednesday, and I do not need him in the
I'll just get a taxi sorted, get him down there,
Lock him in his house. I don't need him in our treatment room.
Well, actually, you say that you may have a battle with Lee, because we know Blackpool want Andy Carroll as well. Don't worry.
Yeah. Andy Carroll and Gary Medine up front. That's the right party. That is.
It could get even worse, to be honest, than that. I'll tell you about that. Somebody's actually posted in the comments saying, Lee, what do you think about Ched Evans for Blackpool now? I don't know if you heard, but
he got sacked for disciplinary reasons.
Yes, he was sacked, wasn't he? He was sacked by Joey Barton.
How can you get sacked by Joey Barton? The man was known for being quite not great disciplinary, and then you're gone for that. It's like, I'm not going to say much about Ched Evans because I've got my feelings about it and everything with what happened. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But at the same time, if he goes there and starts doing well, it's a big FU to Fleetwood.
Can I ask what actually happened at Fleetwood? Why it's all...
It's not been said. It says nothing major. It just says there's been a number of things that he's done, and he didn't turn up for training or something before the game or something. So I don't know. But the only thing with Ched Evans is he gets obviously has that that thing over him. I know he's been cleared of it all, but it does. He's not
he's
a nice
getting on a bit now, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he still bangs him in. He
still bangs him in.
Blackpool striker, so I'm not sure if I'd want him or not. I'm not quite sure. I mean, we are short of strikers and we're not scoring a lot of goals, but we did all right this week. Blackpool, we beat top of the league on Tuesday in honestly one of the best games I've seen at Bloomfield Road for a long time, and some of the best football I've seen from Blackpool, and Hull were a good side, really good side, and yet they got beat on Friday night, and I think it's because they just put everything into beating Blackpool. It really was, end to end. It was a hard game, and then we played Accrington Stanley away on Tuesday night on Saturday, and it was like raining the whole game. The pitch was becoming a mud bath. Accrington Stanley are just in your face all the time. They sort of really have that dogged, like small like team.
A bit like Burnley. A bit like Burnley, what they're doing. They're next to no money, but just battle way through and try and get points.
They battle. Honestly, they don't give you any space to pass or move, and they're just, they're relentless to keep knocking long balls at you all the time. It's just really hard to beat them, and we got a point there, which was actually quite good, if I'm being honest. To come away with a point from them. So pretty good for us. Yeah, I'm quite happy at the moment with Blackpool. I think it's, getting our act together and it's looking a lot better. I think, I'm starting to think at least playoffs, really. I think they're good enough.
Where's Blackpool now?
We are still 12th, but I
keep asking because this time last week it was somewhere different, but when you play a couple of games a week, it could all change,
Yeah.
Obviously with League One, there's a lot of teams obviously having games off due to what's going on. So that's the only reason to ask, because there's a few, like Sunderland, I think, have got 3 games off with what's going on.
About what happened at Derby versus Rotherham? They had their game postponed due to the whole situation with COVID. Their game got killed off. And Dore was just telling us before the show that apparently some Millwall players have now tested positive when they played at the weekend.
Have they got a few games off? Or I did read about that.
They do.
But they got tested after the game. That's why the 2 of the games got called off. So I don't know if it will happen to Forest or not. So we have to wait and see, don't we?
See, can you see what was started? I mean, we were the very first club since the restart of football to have a game called off, and now everyone else is just following the same guidelines, calling games off. We start everything.
Can I mention? I don't know if we're still talking. Can we talk about? Does anyone know what happened at Watford?
Right.
Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, how can you sack a manager 4 months in charge?
He fell out with Troy Deeney. Him and Troy Deeney falling out, and
but
the only reason.
Have you seen Troy Deeney's interview on TalkSport?
Yes. Yeah, I did this morning.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I say there's some PR going there. But then again, it is typical Watford. This is what Watford have done in the past.
How can you be third in the league and get rid of your manager? I mean, the Championship, as tough as it is, he's gone in there and he's rejuvenated them in a way. Because when you get relegated from the Premier League with the players that they've got, it's very easy just to sink down the league because you've got big egos. I don't think he's done anything wrong.
Yeah, but it's the Blackpool owners. They've made stupid decisions in the past. Like you would have kept Nigel Pearson with what he was doing. Well, they got him.
You know what it was? The reason was because I think, if I'm right, because Watford's away form wasn't great.
It wasn't good at the home form, was it?
Yeah, it was their away form, wasn't it? There was the away form wasn't good, but even so, third in the league, it'd be hard to sack your manager. I wonder what the fans think of that. Watford fans. I mean, we haven't got any.
I don't even know who the manager is that they've just appointed now. I mean, they just seem to come out with a loft.
Oh, they got one now. Who they got?
Yeah, I can't remember his name now, but they've just brought him in the day. But it's like they get him from a loft.
Somebody's asked a question in the comments, and I'll just. There's a few Blackpool things. So Dennis Hutch is asking, have we sacked Cod's vlogs for ill discipline? But no, I don't think he wants to be on the show to face the music tonight. So he's gone on a rival channel, hasn't he?
No, he's gone to a rival channel to talk about Celtic winning the cup. So that because the Scottish
I was going to say, where are the Scottish folk tonight? They're not me in here.
They're doing their own thing tonight. Talk
about Celtic. Talk about Celtic winning the cup.
5th head coach in over a year.
Wow.
Jesus.
I thought Nigel Pearson was the perfect fit for Watford. Whatever happened, he had the organised.
I don't know why they got sacked him.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been the perfect man to have actually probably won them the Championship like this season.
To be fair, the dude who they hired, let me share my screen a minute. Because the dude who they hired, he looks a bit like AC Milan CDM. Used to play for Rangers. Oh, what's his name?
I've got Talk Charlton there. Do you know him, Tyler? Talk Charlton FC. Up the mighty
I don't
Charlton.
know him, but he's a Charlton fan. Up the mighty Charlton. Up the Reds.
Yeah. Right.
Lee, you go to mine. That's who they're tired.
Right. Yeah.
I don't even know who that guy is. Like, they just seem to get them out of the loft. Like, who are these people?
Yeah.
His
name got Zisco.
This guy, honestly, you could probably put money on this guy being sacked in 2 months' time.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So I hope it doesn't happen. But with these owners, I mean, come on. I mean, last season, I think they set a record of 3 managers.
Well, let me have a look. Let's have a look at what they're...
Actually, 4 if you include Hayden Mullins. Let's be fair.
Yeah. Oh, let's have a look.
Lisa's actually here. She says that Nigel Pearson, we're talking about, was just a horrible bully at Derby. Worst manager they've had there for years. We could bring Lisa in if she wants to come in and...
that was at Leicester, wasn't it, with the ostrich?
Yeah.
Should I put a link in for Lisa? She can tell.
Leicester can never beat us when Pearson was
there.
there.
What's going on with this? What's going on with this takeover? It just seems like every single week it's nothing seems to happen.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that's a bit fishy now because Charlton had the same thing when we had the Abu Dhabi.
Do you know what it is? They can join our club because it seems to happen to us, like where the papers this is going to happen, the takeover, and nothing ever happens. So with this owner that's potentially meant to be buying Derby, I wouldn't be surprised if that actually collapses because that happened with us. So
I hope it does. I hope it collapses.
She's in the comments. I've actually put a link in for her to come and tell us more about this Derby takeover.
By the Athletic. 6 weeks had passed since Derby County said the takeover would happen very soon. Doubts have grown over the deal, with concern raised over Derby debts and including his legal bill linked to the bid for Newcastle United.
Well, I'm not saying theirs is going to collapse because ours didn't go through, but if it's happened to us, it's not to say it's not going to happen with Derby. I hope it doesn't. I hope it go. From an outsider, I know, Dole will not be happy with this, but I kind of hope it does. Like, there's a bit of investment in the championship.
No.
Right.
No,
but anyway, we'll see what happens.
So,
because listen, if Derby get taken over, they'll be the richest team in Britain, so no chance. I don't want that to happen.
So let's go since from July 2016. Is have Matsari, Silva, Garcia, Quantraflow, Hayden Mullen, Pearson, Mullins, and the dude they just sacked recently, and now this new dude. That's from 2016.
Did anybody see it on the BBC about Watford? They were saying they've pretty much had since these owners have been in, they've had every name in the alphabet, every letter. Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was A, B, C, A to Z. Literally, they've had managers of every single letter of the alphabet. You've got to go on the BBC. It's on there. It's so funny.
Maybe
I think it's on BBC. Go on Facebook and just type in BBC Sports.
Go on, Jay. Do your job. Do your job.
If not, I'll send it to Lee later on Facebook.
Send it me, Shark, on Facebook.
Oh yeah, I'll send all these the what I seen. It was funny.
Time for a Christmas cracker joke.
Here we go.
What does Santa do with fat elves?
Say again.
What does Santa do with fat elves?
Kick him up the backside.
He sends them to an elf farm.
Lee, I'm glad you're positive for what's going on in the world with TF4.
Don't start with that. Don't start with that, bollocks.
Hey, we're in TF3. We're staying where we are.
Yeah.
And we're TF3.
Oh, here we go.
Take over then, missus.
Oh, fight.
Is that a new colour for your hair as well there, Lisa? This is
I've just had it redone. It's all red. A lot redder now, look.
You haven't been to the same hairdresser's as door, have you?
Yes, I'm quite surprised. I'm quite surprised. Is it red?
Yeah.
You do know their forest colours.
This is Lisa from
became
Derby
famous
Fan
for this
TV.
red hair.
Okay, I'll let you off then.
I'll just introduce you for those that don't know. This is Lisa from Derby Fan TV. So she's been telling us for about a month on Sundays now that Derby are going to be the richest club in the world with the richest owners. What is happening, Lisa? And I like the top you've got on. What's that? Is that a training top?
It's one of the training tops, yeah. Thank you. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of wearing my dressing gown and pretty face.
Yeah, no, it looks more footy. It looks more footy.
So, shut your face, you. Let me talk. Well, all I can say with this bloody takeover is Derby County and the group, whatever the group are called.
She's not letting you talk, is she?
came out and said that it's supposed to be done by Christmas, but I don't believe. I'll believe it when I see it. All his Derby fans think it's not going to happen, but who knows?
I feel your pain because I went through exactly the same thing with the same guy who was meant to be buying Newcastle, and it never happened. There you go.
So we've got. I think we've got a transfer window for Plan A and a transfer window for Plan B. That's what Wayne Rooney's come out and said. So,
any cash?
Who knows?
You got anything?
Do you think it's going to go through, Lisa, or are you starting to give up hope a bit on it now?
I'm giving up hope a bit. I think what they've talked about is it's not just you've got the academy, you've got the Derby County community, you've got the ground, you've got the mortgage on the ground. There's lots of things that's taking its time to get all the legal side of it done, allegedly, but who knows?
It's set up though at Derby, though, isn't it? Like to be back in the Premier League, very similar to Forest and Sheffield Wednesday. It's all set up.
Stupid. Don't talk stupid.
Cutting off now, Sharky.
I'm sorry, Lee. I'm Blackpool. It's all set up for all five clubs.
You've set door off saying that Derby's set up for the Premier League. Look.
It is. It honestly, it is. Like you've got to have. You're not small clubs. Come on.
Door. Explain why you think Derby are not set up for the Premier League. Because I agree with Sharky. I think they are.
Honestly, all five clubs: Taunton, Derby, Forest, Sheffield Wednesday, Blackpool. You're all set for the Premier League. You're all set for it.
About Winter, we need a new training ground.
Listen, I know it's
so do we. We've got the worst training facility in the league, and we've been for the majority of our life in the Premier League. But that's not to say you're not set up for it.
But you've got an owner that won't bend the cash. We've got an owner that want to bend the cash and can't bend the cash.
Why can he not spend the cash?
Well, there's certain things that you can't bend due to FFP. Then you've got to put it due to FFP. And I think because we've been caught out, he doesn't know what he can bend and what he can't bend now. And you don't want to go through that again.
Oh, I see. So he's got loads of money, but he can't put it in because it's
pretty much.
Fair play.
Didn't I hear Sheffield Wednesday are meant to be getting a transfer
players not getting paid then if he's got all this money?
So this is the thing. This is what people want to know what's going on because I'm hearing lots of other things. So we're not playing the players on time or they're not getting the full pay whack. If we don't, the PFA are now involved. So that means the EFL will be involved. The loophole is that the players are technically still getting paid. So they're not getting paid. They're just not getting the full amount. So in theory, they can't charge us with the non-payment of players by the EFL for the charge. But the situation as it stands, no one quite sure. There's rumours going around that has he run out of money or is he not allowed to spend the money that he got? Because there's rumours that it's from another party in his family. Or has he just given up now and we're going to turn into a whole city where they're just not bothered anymore? And this is the problem we got with Tony Pulis. Tony Pulis apparently has sent in an email to said chairman to say these are the players he wants. He hasn't had a response yet, and that's kind of concerning.
Puggy looks stressed already. I mean, he's only been there a few weeks.
Oh, hang on. Let me find the picture. Hang on. The picture that sums.
I've watched a couple of his interviews, and he just looks distressed.
I think he.
What has he done?
To be fair, I think he's been sold a complete different thing to what he got said.
Do you not think much? I mean, come on, it could be worse. It could be Sam Allardyce. I mean, taking jobs just for the sake of it.
Hang on. This was in one of our press conferences during, and it just sums Tony Pulis right now going, I should have just stayed at home, had a nice Christmas, no taste stuff, nothing, no COVID, everything fine. Is
that what he said?
No, that's what he should be saying.
Right.
No, Sharky, what he should be saying is, it could be worse. I could be manager of Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. Hey, go to the screen share I just sent you.
Oh dear.
Go to the screen share. This is literally in a press conference this week.
Right, okay. Let's go to it. Boom.
Lisa, what's happened on Saturday then? How comes...
That was on his press conference.
That was on the press conference with the media.
Honestly, Punk, he looks sick of his life, and he's only been there a month.
Oh, that's what Sheffield Wednesday will do to you. If you want to you're not bothered. Come to Wednesday.
Do you know what it is, though, right? I like Sheffield Wednesday, and I tell you what, poor Carlos Carvajal must be thinking, wow, just as well, I'm no longer here.
Well, to be fair, he's actually doing really well now. He's doing
he is
fantastic. And
he is.
I always rated Carlos. And the problem with Carlos, I think he wanted to do something a bit different. He was there 3 years. It hadn't materialized, blah, 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 kind of thing. And fair play to him. Where he's gone since then, he's always done well. And he's a great manager. The problem we've got Wednesday fan calling for him back. And I'm always that kind of fan. If a manager's been there well and done well, don't go back because you ruin it.
I agree with that.
You either go once, get it right, leave, it's all done, or it goes wrong, you're done, no bother. And the problem is someone like Tony Pulis is looking that threat for 4 weeks of being in the job. 4 weeks. And this is a very experienced manager. This is a manager that last week turned around and said he got a set of players that he's never felt this disjointed ever in management. That is like a massive thing for someone that quality of manager to go, what the hell am I doing here? And if he don't get funds in January and he don't get what he promised, I don't blame him walking.
No.
I really don't, because if he's been promised something, he's not getting it, why should he be there? And if
Well,
that's
at least we're unbeaten since Rooney took charge.
I just put a question up there.
Don't let him get
Tyler. Tyler from AGT says, what is his opinion on Doughty's contract? Do you know anything about that, Tyler?
He's out of contract in the summer. Currently injured. From what our owner's saying, he's out for the rest of the season.
Is he actually injured?
I've heard rumours that I know Celtic wanted him in the summer and they could go back in for him. I think Brentford are interested as well. It might just be a case of Doughty probably. If we don't get promoted, he'll probably end up going. I think, and I think he'll probably end up going to Brentford because I know what Brentford. They're like the Moneyball tactic with their manager, and they bring in like young, talented players. I think Doughty's probably best fit there at Brentford, but I think it's a case if we don't get promoted, he's going.
By the way, if Wendy don't do well, we've got Barry Bannon on a free transfer if anyone wants him.
I'd have him 100%.
Steve Bruce will probably buy him and put him up front.
He won't need to buy him. He can have him because he'll be free.
No, it's Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce is absolutely love a bargain.
He's a good player.
He's a good player.
He's a very good player, and he's been told. He said to the board,
"Come to Forest." Yeah, come to Forest.
He's got a 2-year contract in front of him to sign if he wants to, and he said he wants to see more ambition from the club. And that said to me, he's on his way if we don't get it right.
No.
When a player says that, and that's your club captain saying that doesn't sound good.
No, doesn't sound too good. I'd like Christmas cracker jokes in the comments if we can, please. See if you can do better than mine. Really, it's who delivers presents to baby sharks at Christmas. Santa Jaws.
Hello, I'm in here. Hello.
So if anybody's got any better Christmas jokes than mine.
I was just about to say about Sheffield Wednesday as well.
What goes ho 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 thump?
Derby.
Santa laughing his head off. There you go.
I was going to say, Punk, about Sheffield Wednesday. Maybe owners just cashing in, or even just anything to get some money for the club. Maybe even for some of your players.
I kind of get the feeling, and I will back the chairman. He's done well, but it gets to the point where how long do we back him now, and where do he go? It's time to think about selling up. But while he got the club, we can't do anything. It's not our club. We're not the one bankrolling it. And I get very annoyed with our fans who keep going, "Oh, it's my club." It's like you didn't pay for it. You're just a fan.
I tell you what, mind. I will actually say something, and Punk, you might actually love this. Sheffield United have only got 2 points, and they could actually break Derby. They could actually break Lisa's Derby record of the most amount of points in the Premier League. They could listen. This could actually happen. Like Sheffield United have not had a good start to the season.
Well, the only reason why Wilder's still there because of the fan. If he wasn't a fan, the club would be gone.
Listen to me. Yeah. I want Sheffield United to win their next 3 games. There's no chance that Sheffield United will be the worst team in history. There's not a chance. Lisa knows this as well.
It could well go that way, though. They're in.
No, but honestly, they could finish on about 7 or 8 points. The way it's going.
No, I was unhappy yesterday. Not happening.
And late like that one.
We're going to move on to the Christmas fixtures for our clubs. Next, just Ian Barnes put a thing. Hi guys, where do the fish go when it rains? Does anybody know where the fish goes when it rains?
No idea.
Bad jokes. No doubt he'll post it up and I'll let you know. So Christmas, Boxing Day. Who do we have, guys? We'll start off with you, Jake.
Blackburn Rovers. which could be a good game. They're not in great form at the moment. I'm hoping we can do something. But for a typical Wednesday, we haven't won an away game in 2 months. I'm getting really sick of this because of all the bad omens. But the thing is, it's a win. Hopefully, it'll put the confidence up in the players. At the weekend, we started Kieran Westwell, which was a godsend. Really calmed the back four a lot, helped a lot, and hopefully, it can give them the confidence to go on and push now. But the whole situation when the found out about players not getting paid, it was the Norwich game where we played really well, and then the games after that all went downhill. So hopefully there's a bit more incentive and something off the pitch gets sorted soon, because the moment you stop playing players or not paying the full whack, and granted, everybody who's seen this whole situation about when to play getting like $7,000 a week or a month, everyone's always gone, I'd love to have that. With what's going on, there's some people with no jobs, there's some people not being able to do anything. And if they're complaining about that and haven't got savings, it shows you how the disconnect they are from football in reality. If they can't live on $7,000, then there's a problem. But I understand them not getting the full pay packet, but they're still getting paid at the same time. So we'll see.
Very strange times. Strange times. Dor, who have you got? Boxing Day?
Big game against Birmingham. And ex-Dustin Forest manager Antil Conquillor is back.
That might be a game that gets sacked as well. He's not in good place at Birmingham at the minute.
You know what? One thing we have to conquer about, I think he's a good manager, and he got sacked by Forest by that awful CEO. And I think he will come to Forest to prove a point.
Yeah.
Because the way Forest treated him was shocking. I don't know if you lot has read The Athletic. I know Jake has. He's got a point to prove. But it's a massive game. I think we'll like 4 points out of 2. You can't complain. And
get that.
And we've got also up against his old club as well, Birmingham.
Yeah, and we've got a good record against Birmingham as well at City Ground. So I'm confident. I think last season we beat them 3-0. So
is it at Forest or is it at Birmingham?
At Forest.
To be fair, Birmingham though, I've watched their games. I've seen a couple of highlights. On the road, they've actually been quite good. Actually, just grinding out points.
Yeah,
it's that green kit. You know, have you seen that green kit? It's that green kit. Maybe they might need to change their name from the Blues to the Greens.
I mean, it's a massive game, but I think
look at the Irish with them.
Yeah,
it's a massive game, but I think we've got a good chance of winning. To be fair.
Yeah. If you don't beat Birmingham, then it's just like one step forward and like a few steps back.
Exactly.
We've got to win because we don't want that team to get above us.
You're only above us because we didn't play, though. That's the only reason you're still above us. Trust me.
Tyler, tell us who have Charlton got on Boxing Day?
Plymouth Argyle. I just had a look at the league. Just had a look at their form. Before last week, they'd lost 6 on the spin. They beat MK Dons the week before. So they're not in great form. They're 14th at the moment. They're in mid-table, but they got good players in there. We're at home, but it's a must-win game. It's a must-win. Simple as that. With the position that we're in, we've got, soon to be 3 games in hand over Portsmouth, and we're 4 points behind them, and they're top. So anything can change, and we've got to get on top of that, get the win. But if Bowyer keeps on with those defensive tactics, we can only see it going one way, and that's us dropping points. So you can't afford to do that.
To be fair, Ryan Lowe's done quite a good job there at Plymouth. He's
big time, yeah.
He's turning into one of those managers that you can see him going up the leagues and doing quite well with a championship club one day. He's starting to prove that he got the managerial chops. And it was the one where Plymouth have been bad, but Charlton, like you said, desperately need that win. If you don't get that win, you can have a look at being a bit of a slide in January, and you don't need that.
Yeah, that can't happen.
No. Do you fancy that one? Really? Should win that, you think? Well, you seem to struggle against these teams that are struggling, and you seem to do well against the teams that are playing quite well, don't you? So.
That's our story. Can't beat the teams at the bottom, but perform against the teams at the top. I'll back us for a win like I always do, but as I say, we've got to be playing attacking football. Always.
Sharky, Newcastle, who have you got on Boxing Day?
Well, we've got a game tomorrow night in the Carabao Cup quarter-final away at Brentford, so obviously that'll be no easy game.
No.
Then after that, we've got a very tricky run of fixtures. On X3, for me, I just can't see we're getting points. So Boxing Day, we're away to Manchester City, the Etihad. We all know how tough that is. We've just been pummeled 4-5-0 most games. And then we've got Liverpool at home. On like
oh my God.
Liverpool at home. And then on New Year's, the 2nd of January, got Leicester at home. Right off. We got beat 5-0 last season at home. And then after that, we've got Arsenal, and they might have picked up by then. And then we've got something like Sheffield United away. They're followed by Arsenal again.
Hang on.
Honestly, I fear our running, because that's why I said that the Fulham game was so vital to get 3 points, because a lot can change with all these games coming thick and fast. But honestly, Man City, yes, okay, they're not the best. They don't score enough goals this season, but on their day, they can hammer anyone.
Sharky, this is Arsenal at the minute.
but it would just be, honestly, right, listen, it'd be just typical Newcastle to make Arsenal look fantastic, because we haven't got a good record at the Emirates. But as for Man City, honestly, Lee, I am not optimistic, and I'm not optimistic for Liverpool either, and I'm not optimistic for Leicester. I mean, it would just be Bruce's luck to get any points in these games, but let's be realistic. These are 3 very good sides.
It does look,
But if Arsenal win, do you realise we're going to have the masterclass of ASTV just going into meltdown even more? And it's hilarious.
Well, actually, if I don't fancy us in the FA Cup, but if we beat them at the Emirates, I may have to get some popcorn out.
Derby, then, Lisa, tell us about it. Christmas, what have you got coming up?
We've got Preston. Yeah, we've got Preston at home on Boxing Day.
Oh, beat them. For God's sake, beat them.
They're not in winnable at the moment, Preston, are they not?
Yeah, it's winnable. Then we go to Birmingham City away, and then an easy game at Sheffield Wednesday on January the 1st.
Oh,
and it's live on Sky and all now. It's a live game on Sky.
Oh, it's not, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
but you're both at the bottom, so make sure you don't put anyone to sleep.
Our football's dead good at the minute, Shark. It's really improved, I tell you.
No, that's good then. Just make sure there's no snowfest in there. I mean, come on. You've only got to watch one Newcastle game under Steve Bruce to know it's going to be a snowfest.
Oh, blimey. Well, we've got Blackpool have got Rochdale at home on Boxing Day.
Winnable.
Easy win. Easy
winnable.
win.
Should be really, but they did win the last one. So, but
didn't they hammer Wigan like 5-0 or something?
Yeah, they did. They beat.
Yeah, and then they got smashed by Peterborough 4-1.
That's how unpredictable that League One is. I keep saying it. It's so unpredictable.
It is. There's no sort of given games really. Then we've got Shrewsbury away on the 29th, Saturday the 29th, and then we're away again on.
Shrewsbury good these days. I mean, they're very hit you miss side.
They're in good form. They're on a good run at the moment.
Yeah, they are. So that's a tough one. We got Bristol Rovers away on like the 2nd.
You got the teams at the bottom. Bloody hell.
They've had a few games off though, because of what's going on in their club.
Yeah, they have. So
I don't know how good Bristol City are, to be fair, but they must be like Shrewsbury, like very hit you missing.
Bristol Rovers, not Bristol City. But
yeah. Sorry, Bristol Rovers. Yeah.
Yeah, all to be honest with you, all are winnable, really. For on our day, they're all winnable. And last year we had a disaster Christmas. We were just before Christmas, we were going to go top of the league. If we'd have won the Saturday before Christmas, we'd have been top of the league. We lost that. Then we lost at home to Aki. Then we got a draw at Tranmere. Then we lost away at Rotherham. So we got 1 point out of 12 over Christmas, and it was awful. It was really bad.
That's what I'm expecting. A disaster Christmas and a disaster New Year. Honestly.
It ruins. Honestly,
I hope the next time I come back on this, I can be positive, but I could just expect the complete opposite.
I remember going with my dad sometime it must have been in the early 90s, and we played Preston away, Boxing Day, and they scored 2 late goals to beat. They were 2-1 up with about 3 minutes to go, and they scored 2 goals. My dad couldn't even eat. My mum had done like a nice Boxing Day thing. My dad just couldn't eat. He couldn't even eat. He was so sick. It was really sick.
It's horrible.
It can ruin your Christmas, can't it? How football does have that effect on you at times. Do you not find at the moment with you the fact that you're not going and you're watching it on TV all the time?
I hate it.
I'm on a roll.
It's weird, isn't it? You can sort of just like tune out and go and watch some TV, and just you don't have to travel home for an away game for about 2 hours on it all festers in your mind, doesn't it? You're very detached from it. I don't know how people.
I agree.
Watching football as an armchair fan all the time. It's not the same.
I
is
don't.
it?
I don't like it at all.
Can I just say in the chat that everyone in the chat is saying that door, your child doesn't get your look from you, mate. It's definitely the mother.
Do you know what I don't like, Lee? Do you know what I don't like?
The intelligence by the sounds of it. They say the IQ level's gone up.
Lee, do you know what I don't like?
Yeah, go
Do
on.
you know what I don't like in the Premier League?
Go on.
On a Saturday, these horrible 8 o'clock kickoffs when there's no fans. It's too late for. Like, I don't mind it during the week. It's no problem. But imagine when fans go back and they're expecting you to go to a stadium at 8 o'clock, but then you can't have a proper night out. You know what I mean? You'd rather go to 3 o'clock or 5:30 and then go and get pissed or whatever you want to do, and then go and enjoy the night, whether you won, lose, or draw. But why is it so late? I mean, we've had games against Burnley and Fulham.
We're kicking off at 7.
Honestly, I hope that this is only temporary because this is bad. It's bad for the game.
But we're kicking off at 7 most times. Are you the same, Tyler?
Yeah, we're getting like 7, half 7, 7:45.
I suppose that's all right for an early bedtime or during the week.
7's all right. I mean, we've been normal 3 o'clock. I mean, that's one of the things I didn't enjoy actually when Blackpool were in the Premier League. The way that the games were all odd. You get like a 1 o'clock kickoff. You're all over them, but finish by 3, or you play on the Sunday, or you'd have a Friday night or a Monday night football, and
Lee, welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. That's what I've got to put with every single month.
And they moved the fixtures around, don't they, as well? So, to accommodate Sky. So you have everything planned. I mean, we had a birthday party for Sebi. His birthday was on the Saturday, but we moved it to the Sunday because we were playing City at home. So we moved his party to the Sunday, like the day after, and then they rearranged it to the Sunday. So we couldn't get out of it then. So
Lee, do you want to hear a laugh, right? Do you know on Boxing Day, I've just clicked on Newcastle are away to Manchester City, and we kick off at 8 o'clock. And guess what? It's not even on Sky. Not even on Sky. So why can this game not be on at 3 o'clock on Boxing Day? Because we're going to get stuffed anyway. The TV know exactly what's going on. Everyone knows what's going on when Manchester City take on Newcastle at the Etihad. We always get hammered. So why 8 o'clock when it's not on? Well, if it is on TV, it's not on Sky.
I hate Sky. They're all bollocks. That's what I hate them all.
I don't know what their obsession is with us. We are not a good side.
That's why they like you putting on the expecting you to put a performance on. But
it's because the fans always turn up. We always pack out the stadiums. That's why they do it.
You've got an 8 o'clock kickoff coming up, and you're not. So if you are on telly, maybe it just put people to the bedtime. Let them fall asleep.
Honestly, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Well, a lot of people don't like Sky. Somebody in the comments there saying they hate them with a passion, says John Walters. Hate Sky.
BT, do you know what? BT are not so bad because they'll give you 1 half-12 kickoff, and then the rest of the time you should have like your traditional 3 o'clocks. I mean, that's slowly starting to go out of the game now in the Premier League. 3 o'clock kickoffs. You get 1 on a Saturday, and that's it.
Yeah. And that's the perfect time for football, isn't it? Is that not the perfect time for a football match? 3 o'clock on a Saturday. It's just.
I hope, Lee, that this is only temporary. When the fans go back, they put it back to what it used to be.
Well, you do know, until the coronavirus happened, you weren't allowed to show a 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. kickoff on UK TV if it was Premiership Championship.
But I don't get it though. It's meant to be the English game. I don't get it.
So
has there been anything heard more about the takeover by Amazon on the Premier League? Because there was talk about it, wasn't there? And they were talking about giving the clubs 500 million each, weren't they?
Still talk about it. This problem is there are strong rumours that Jeff Bezos may want to get into a Premiership football club and own it, and then you've got conflict of interests.
They've just taken over BNN. Actually, they've just put a share in BNN Sports. So.
To be fair, if you look what Amazon are doing over the Christmas period, it's been really good watching what they do, and they do these things, and they look decent. And to be fair, if you got Amazon Prime, you're not even paying for it. You're paying for it anyway because you get your free shipping, so it's worth it in that sense. Because right now there's people who are paying Sky Sports, BT, all of them in one big thing, and like during the big chunk of lockdown, a lot of people got the money back, but a lot of people went, "Why am I paying this?"
Do you know what annoyed me? Newcastle played West Brom. It was a 3 o'clock kickoff a few weeks back.
Right.
So the coverage started at 2:30. Newcastle only got 5 minutes. They were talking about Manchester United for the rest of the time. What's the point? Sky Sports, what are you doing?
Really? What's
the obsession with like Manchester? I know it's the top 6, but if you're main coverage is at 3 o'clock for Newcastle West Brom. Surely you've got to preview the game and look at both sides. That's
They
the
didn't
main
even
focus.
preview the game.
Lee, we've got 5 minutes.
Yeah,
we've got 5 minutes from half an hour. So the game kicked off at 3. Newcastle got the first 5 minutes, and then for like the last 20 minutes or 25 minutes building up to 3 o'clock kickoff, all Manchester United, all top 6. So if that's the case, why did the coverage not start at 10 to 3 then?
True. I've got a topic that I want to see what everyone thought of. With Arsenal decline right now, with how they're happening, right?
Oh, here we go, Arsenal.
Is it? Yeah, I hate Arsenal with a passion. I really do. I can't stand this club because they are a club that got into the Premiership by paying their way into it, never had to earn for it, never been relegated. They paid to get in after World War II, and that's how they stayed there. Now, my thing is Arsenal... Realistically, I don't think they're going to get relegated, but it could happen. They've had this whole thing. Leeds United fans never thought they'd get relegated. Nottingham Forest fans never thought they got relegated. We never
all
thought.
And
Could they go?
They're not going to go with too big for this. They're the ones that normally do drop. What's everyone's feelings?
Would it be good for British football if they did go?
No,
No.
Arsenal will never go down.
No,
everyone could talk about. Like you mentioned, Leeds, Forest, that other team down the road.
not counting.
It's the name though. It's the Emirates. It's the pressure of sides going there and getting something like that. What will keep Arsenal up? It'll be that home form, very similar to us. They'll be banked on to win games at home, and I think they will stay up. I think they'll finish between 9th or 12th. That's probably their worst season. I would say they won't go down.
I do
not.
I don't see them getting in the top 3 top 6 again anytime soon.
Well,
definitely not.
Well, you say that, win one game and everything's back on again. Like Man United fans, we've won a couple of games, the title's back on. Wow.
Man U, like I could say, Man U, they've been aren't they 5th in the league?
I can't believe it.
I think they're 4th now. I think, aren't they?
How have they turned that around so dramatically?
It won't last. Trust me, it won't last.
It won't last. Personally, I don't think Ole's a good manager because look what he's doing with Cardiff. He's with players that are world class. Like that, the 1-6-2 against Leeds. Pogba didn't even play.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? We put relegation on his CV because we put the final nail in Cardiff's coffin. 3-0. There you go. Bye, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
The thing
George is saying Man United is 3rd. Are they 3rd at the moment? Is that
Liverpool, Leicester, Man United, Everton, Chelsea, Tottenham.
Man U 3rd.
Southampton 7th, Man City are 8th, Villa are 9th, West Ham are 10th, Wolverhampton are 11th, Newcastle 12th, Crystal Palace 13, Leeds 14, Arsenal 15, Burnley 16, 17th Brighton, 18th Fulham, West Brom is 19th and propping the table like they should be, Sheffield United.
Can we just say though? Can we just be set on? Go on.
I'm a Sheffield United fan till they get 12 points. I don't care.
Do you not think Liverpool are going to run away? I think Liverpool are going to run away with it again. Liverpool, for me, they've done it. Liverpool have done it again.
That result they played against Crystal Palace 7-0.
Nah, they're done. They've done it. They're too strong. I mean, you've got Liverpool, and then you've got everyone else playing catch up. I know Man City spend money, but they're not the same side this season to what they were last season.
I think,
or even the season before that. Let's be honest.
But do we? But I think Pep just signed a new 2-year deal. I don't know how good idea that was because I don't think he could do another 2 years at City.
Nah, not for me.
I think it's a bit of a risk, that one. I reckon you could have done with a clean slate.
Man City have been good for a couple of seasons. I mean, Liverpool fair and square won the league, last season by country mile. Yeah. But I think they're going to do it again. If you've seen what they did against Crystal Palace, come on.
They look very good again.
I think they'll pump us. They'll pump us at St James's Park. I can see it. It'll be 4 or 5 now. And
let's just remember, this is a team that don't have Van Dijk in their back four at the minute.
But they're strong, but they recruit very well.
The whole situation with the Premiership, I love that it's now been broke up, the old traditional top 6. I love that.
I love it. I love it.
Definitely.
You've got Everton now. And Everton, whoa, who would have thought Everton would be in top 6 anytime recently? And
you know what? They've got a good manager.
The manager who should be at Arsenal is at Everton.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee, you got a famous result in you at Anfield in the Premier League, 2-1.
Yeah.
against Liverpool?
Yes, we did. Yes, we absolutely did. Yeah. Well, we actually beat them twice. We did the double over Liverpool at home
Absolutely.
as well. So yeah, it was a bit squeaky bum time for the second half, but
you even beat
unbelievable. Sorry.
You even beat us.
Yeah, we beat Newcastle as well. Yeah, well, that was
that's no shock to me. To be fair, like I mean, come on, we get beat off like Huddersfield now. Come on.
Yeah, it was I think Gilts was in nets that day, wasn't he? He played it.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I was at that game. But to be fair, you deserved to win that game. You really did.
Yeah, we did play well, but also Gilts had an inspired match.
Chris Hughton was manager, and you beat with 2-0. Could have been 5 or 6. To be honest, you were that good.
Didn't you have Marlon Hayward in your side?
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did.
Marlon Hayward, legend.
So did we.
I'll tell you what, Marlon Harewood. Marlon Harewood scored a goal at West Ham, which was he was onside. It was somebody on the far side, not his favourite play, and they ruled it out. So we drew 0-0 with West Ham. He scored there, and at home against Everton, he scored the most wonderful goal in injury time. He just chested it down and hit it on the volley. And
I remember it.
And they pulled it back for some foul that there never was. We'd have won that game as well.
The Premier League and VAR, honestly, it makes you laugh. It really does. The Premier League makes me laugh. Lee, even against Fulham on Saturday, we should never have been given a penalty. We've been so lucky this season for decisions, but that was more like was stonewall to see that we should have had a free kick instead of a pen. Come on, man! This whole Premier League is all corrupt. It's finished, man. This whole VAR need to sort it out.
Well, this VAR just seems worse.
The game's gone. The game's gone.
It's weird, isn't it? Why is this VAR so bad?
Because I don't know how to use it. They're too slow on decisions.
They get it right.
They get them wrong, don't you?
Do you know what made me laugh as well? Do you know what made me laugh? The referee checked the TV screen monitor twice, and he didn't even check the right thing. Even Shearer said it wasn't a pen, and that's coming from our own player.
Yeah.
How did they get this wrong so wrong?
Because they're so bad. Because they're just. Oh, let's go to Stockley Park. Let's see what they have to see. The referees need to start taking more control of the game. That's their game. They need to have more power.
Did you see the tackle in the Burnley-Sheffield United game for that red?
Yes. Oh, dear.
How do you go to VAR on that? You could see it with a straight red.
Honestly, for someone, obviously, for a club that's in the Premier League, honestly, when you come into the Premier League, if any is get promoted to the Premier League, welcome to the world of VAR, where you will get royal and truly screwed over. It slows the game down. It really does slow it down. I mean, it's meant to be a fast sport, this football. It's meant to be, in the Premier League, one of the best. To be fair, defenders can't put a tackle in because they're scared in case they get done. Defenders can't defend. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to make you're not even allowed to tug someone's shirt because they'll go down.
Well, it's like when you get the offside where it's like a fingernail or an arm off.
Honestly, you can't do. You blow on somebody, they'll go down. Oh, that's a yellow card. Like football is a contact sport. It's like against Leeds. Our players were scared to put a tackle in case we got done for it. Put a tackle in. Who cares about VAR at this point? Honestly.
It's certainly not making the game better, is it? I mean,
Lee, you haven't missed anything. Nothing.
No, I don't want it to be honest. It's better without it. I've got to be honest.
I've got no choice. I have to watch it. I've got no choice. I
don't think I'd like it where you can't celebrate a goal until they've cleared it with VAR because
it's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
The one that annoyed me this year with the Man United penalty versus Brighton, where they called the penalty after the game had finished.
Nah, it's 1-0 Brighton. It should be game over, finished. Exactly. Or 2-1. It was a 2-1.
2-1, I believe.
Yeah, 2-1 Brighton game or game's finished. They shouldn't even be brought back. Once the referee blows that whistle, the game's finished.
Well, I told you before about what they did in Italy. In Italy, they just put flags in front of the canvas so they couldn't use them.
Is that what they did?
Yeah, the fans have put flags in front of the camera where they figured out where all the cameras were, so they put them in front of where they're. So when they went to check the decisions, they couldn't do it for the goal.
Well, I'll tell you what, the brilliance in Italy. So talking about that, speed cameras in Italy. If they put a mobile speed camera out in Italy, they just start driving around the block in like big, until they actually slow the traffic down to an actual traffic jam, and they have to just move on. Well, we won't allow them to have mobile speed cameras in Italy. I wish we did that here.
I used to have a chef buddy of mine on a Friday night. Every Friday when he got paid, he'd go take the big industrial cling film and wrap it around one of the speed cameras that got him all the time, so it could never get him.
Right, that's it. Let's do 100.
He used to go past every morning watching them do it, and he used to pull over and go, "They're right twats, these, aren't they? They do you every time."
Just cling film around it.
Yeah.
How do you used to get up to it? Because they're quite high, aren't they? Do you have a little pair of step ladders or something in the car?
Yeah, ladder. There you go, sorted.
The lad from work and got two of the commie chefs to hold it.
Brilliant.
He used to throw about 50 quid if to keep the gob shut.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Have we got any? Right. It's 9 o'clock. Do we want to go to phone in? Have we got any questions for people to phone in?
Yeah, get questions in, people. Just don't mention Derby because you go sleep.
Shut your face.
Right. Let's just put.
Who likes my haircut anyway? Who likes my haircut?
I do actually do. It looks better.
People-
Great, Joe. I've already said it looks
looks good.
fantastic.
People in the comments, who's better, mine or Lisa's? Who's better?
It's a toss up. I mean, Lisa's colour's great. I must admit, it's a great.
In fact, I'm still searching for the
It looks
redhead.
pink. It looks pink, Lisa.
It looks ace.
Hey, Do,
It's
honestly,
it's not pink.
Do, I wanted to comment on your headphones. Actually, you remind me of the guys who are at the stadiums on Sky Sports. Oh, there's been a goal! There's been a goal! There's been a goal, Jeff! There's been a goal!
It's funny because I brought these after I had a haircut, and someone said, "Oh, do a Chris Kamara."
That's what that reminds me of, honestly. You do, you remind me of it, or you really, really do.
Oh, it does look like Chris Kamara, yeah.
There's been a goal. Has it been a goal, Chris?
No.
Goal!
That's from my afro. That's from my afro.
Jeff, I can't hear. I'm gonna have to take my headphones out 1 second. Oh yeah. Anyway,
if I remember right, he goes, "As the Jeff."
Yeah.
Goal. Well,
It's been a red card.
Get your fingers out. Count how many points for players on the pitch.
He thought they were making a sub in here somewhere. Didn't realise it was a goal.
Mate.
That was a post.
Right. Ryan's coming in with a question. Let's just bring him into the stream. Hello, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Ryan.
How are we tonight?
Not too bad. I've got a very happy wife because they won the cup, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
Where was last season's competition?
Have you got a question for us, Ryan?
What's the question? No.
Well, it's not really a question. It's just a case of like addressing what happened last week. What I seen on the door. What type of people that put comments on your stream don't deserve the acknowledgement?
The racist stuff, was it?
That. But basically, I was on a live stream for us in Brentford, and I think after Brentford scored, there was a BLM group came on the stream and saying racial comments towards me. It lasted for 6 minutes, but I wasn't really bothered about it, to be fair, because Forest were losing. But then the next day, someone tweeted it put it on Twitter, and it drew attention, and I just retweeted it, and then everything happened, and it went mad. But at the same time, it wasn't just me. It happened to Benjamin Bloom.
Yeah.
All these TV. Mine was more vicious.
It wasn't nice, was it?
It's happened to Gogsy quite a lot.
Yeah.
But how long? Because I was watching Benjamin Bloom this morning. How long do we give this new Watford manager?
I would have given the. I would have given the boss who had it before all the time in the world with it because he's doing a great job. So I don't get why they sacked him.
How long do we give this new Watford manager? Because the
7 days.
The Potsos seem to
No, in Watford, it probably lasts that long.
Yeah, it's not the greatest place to go as a manager at the moment, is it, Watford? I don't understand it, Ryan. I don't understand why somebody who's third in the league would get potted. And if you're a manager looking at that, would you think, ooh, steer away from this club? It's so. But then again, they sign a contract, get paid off, get a few million in the bank.
English football only, isn't it? It's obviously Watford, so they're obviously going to take it.
Yeah.
Did you see what Holloway put on Twitter the other day?
What? Sorry, Ryan.
Did you see what Ian Holloway put on Twitter the other day?
Ollie.
Oh
yeah, all about There's something going on behind the scenes there, isn't there, as well? I'm not quite sure exactly what he was talking about, but he's sort of bought into Grimsby, hasn't he, Holloway? He's bought in, so I don't know. The fans love him, but they're not doing very well, are they? But there's something behind the scenes going on bad, isn't there?
What was he going to do at Grimsby though? Like, they've got no money. Like next to them, I mean, they were not a side that were ever really going to be top end of League Two, were they? Really?
I don't know. I don't understand why he's gone to Grimsby. It's a very odd.
It doesn't make any sense.
He took it after he had a word with his missus, and he had a good conversation with the owner at a fish and chip place, and he said he liked the idea and went for it. But he's now got a situation where the idea doesn't seem that good, and he wants this, and this. It's like, you can't have it all. No. Either you buy into what they want you to do, or you don't.
I was always, the thing is with Grimsby, it's always a risk though, because for me, I look at them and they're not really a side that would be top end of League Two. I look at Grimsby and I think bottom end League Two side, like mid table, maybe at best.
No papers were thrown in the making of that podcast.
The only good thing about them is that they're playing black and white. I'll give them that.
There's people in the comments. Thank you, Ryan. I've got somebody waiting to come in. Thank you. I'm just people keep posting in the comments about Blackpool. We have our game tomorrow is cancelled because we're playing Sunderland and they have got COVID. But on Saturday we're still playing Rochdale. As far as I know, that's not been cancelled. So just for those Blackpool fans, right? We got Russ, a Leeds fan. Hello, Russ.
Oh no.
Hey Lee, how you doing, mate? You okay?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine, mate. Thank you. I've got a question for Lisa, actually.
All right.
Hey, Russ.
Lisa,
1 minute.
Lisa, if you had the choice at the moment, do you think Wayne Rooney will be the permanent manager? On Sky Bet, he says if he takes charge of 10 games, he'll be classed as the permanent manager. Derby. Would you be happy if that was the case and when he become the permanent manager, what you've seen so far under him?
Funny enough, I've been on Radio Derby tonight and they asked me a similar question. So I'm eating humble pie where Wayne Rooney's concerned. I didn't want him as manager. I thought we needed experience. However, the football under him, you can't deny the fact that it's so more entertaining. We're far more attacking. We've had 4 clean sheets on the bounce, which is the first time we've done that for a number of years. So we're very difficult to beat now. I would certainly give Wayne Rooney the job till the end of the season. I'm not getting carried away and giving him a contract now. So give him the job till the end of the season. I don't see the point in bringing somebody in right now. See where we are at the end of the season. If it progresses like he's progressing, and I think McLaren's had a massive influence on that, then I'd give him the job. Yes, I would. I wouldn't be too upset if he was given the job if we continue to progress under him like we have done so far.
So basically,
also, I've got a question for Sharky as well.
Hello, mate.
If you lose the next 3 matches, do you think Steve Bruce should be sacked? Because I've seen a number of Nuxer fans saying he should be sacked if you lose the next 3, including not tomorrow's game. I'm on about the next 3 league matches.
All right, okay. Well, I already want him out now. I've already said that. I mean, we got beat off Chelsea 2-0, and he's not really the man for the job, really. His football's totally outdated. His tactics are all over the place. By the way, Leeds deserved to win on Wednesday, so congratulations. Could have won by 10 or even 12 goals. I know your outcome wasn't good yesterday, but yeah, I mean, the comments from the Toon fans are justified. I just think we need fresh ideas. We need a younger manager who's going to come in and maybe try and steady the ship. Yes, we know Mike Ashley's the problem, but I wouldn't mind somebody coming in, like Eddie Howe next season, or even a Sean Dyche at this rate, or even a Scott Parker. Somebody who's got a bit of like a philosophy. Steve Bruce, for me, he's not a Newcastle fan. He's just there for the sake of, people think he was a Newcastle fan. He's not. He's not a Newcastle fan. But in terms of the football, it's just horrendous, man. Honestly, it's really bad. And everything that seems to happen on the pitch, it's all predictable. There's 5 at the back football. I mean, 4-4-2 against you lot, it looked like a 5 at the back, a fake 5 at the back. I mean, honestly, mate, there's just nothing there. But I love what's happening with Marcel Bielsa at Leeds, because it reminds me of Kevin Keegan in the 90s. You know, you score one more than the opposition. You like to play football. You like to, keep it on the ground. And if only we had that. You know, we've got some very good players, but they're getting played out of position. But my thoughts on Steve Bruce. Well, I think all 3 games coming up are write-offs. Brentford for me is the big game. Lose to Brentford, then I think the season's done, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and one question for Dor as well, just before I go leave. If that's okay with you, mate.
Oh, don't bother with Ross with him.
I just want to ask you. I think Forest will lose this weekend. Do you feel? And I think Dobby will overtake you this weekend as well.
Yes!
If you listen to this, take him off.
Also, Dob,
take him off.
I just want to say, do you think that if Forest don't pick up these next points, where do you think you need to strengthen in January? What positions do you think Forest need to strengthen the most?
If I'm honest, I don't think we need to strengthen anywhere, because we've got, on paper, we've got a fantastic team. We just haven't got no confidence. So
you've got Jack Cole back. I mean, come on, what's the matter?
Listen,
the Ginger Ninja.
I was against him coming to Forest, because him and Sam Massal, they all do pathetic fouls, and I was against Calvert coming. But back to the question, I won't bring no one in. Because we've got good players. Good players, like Grabin's just come back from injury, and
really.
Yeah, because Grabin came back last week and scored against Sheffield Wednesday. But yeah, personally, I won't bring no one in if I'm honest.
But do you think you make some signings, O'Dole? I mean, the way that you bring in players, I mean, you just see the same players. I mean, you got quite a few. Haven't you got about 20 centre backs?
We've got about 10 left backs, 25 centre backs, 100 right backs, 10
and they're all crap.
Oh, Jerry, mate.
And yeah, I think he will bring players in. 2 or 3, I think he'll bring in, but we've got to be careful with the FFP. And now I think he'll bring 2 or 3 players, but no defenders. I think we might bring an attacking player, but we got Myton who scored against. How's Sammy getting on? He's not been too phase. Like I said, with all of our players, they've been awful, but he's been all right. He's not been great, but like he played all right against Millwall on Saturday, but he's not been too bad.
Yeah, I suppose.
So yeah, that's my question.
No, I just want to say good luck to all the teams this weekend, unless you're a Sheffield Wednesday fan.
Yeah. Thanks, Ross. Happy Christmas, Ross.
Thanks, mate. All the best. Have a good Christmas. Happy New Year.
Cheers, Ross. Thank you.
Cheers, Ross.
Thank you for your call. Thank you. Brilliant. Great call.
I thought I was going to get some pelters from that Leeds fans, to be fair. I was going to get pelters. Get a big fight too.
It's nice, Ross. He won't abuse you.
Yeah.
To be fair, I was expecting it.
Yeah, I mean they look like they were going to do really, really well at the start of the season. Leeds.
They're still going to do well. The problem with Leeds,
they are.
They're very attacking. They attack.
Yeah, they don't care who they play. They just get at them.
It's all out attack, and go for it. And I like that football.
Yeah,
I do. See a team win, lose 4-5, but you score 4 goals.
Do you know what though? Do you know what it is though? We played them last week, right? And honestly, it was 1-1 half time. It could have been 4-5, 6-1 to Leeds, but the full time whistle. Honestly, I wouldn't have complained if it was the highest scoring game in Premier League history. It could have been 10, 11, 12 to Leeds. We were awful.
Superb.
Yeah, it was. To be fair, the last goal was a rocket. There's nothing the keeper could have done, but it's because our defenders can't defend. But in terms of Leeds, even yesterday, watching Match of the Day, they were 6-2 down. They had 2 big chances where they could have made it 6-4. But they're a good side. Marcelo Bielsa, it reminds me of Kevin Keegan football of the 90s. It really, really does. They're not bothered. They're not scared.
What's happened to Lascelles? Because he was one.
He's got you know what? Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, he was one big up and big player, and it just seems like now he missed his opportunity to go to a bigger club. No offense.
I mean, there's a good player there. He just hasn't been the same maybe the last season or two. But that's not to say he can't get back into the side. But with what's going on with his obviously health, he is a big player for us. I'm not going to lie. But Kieran Clark, to be fair, has been fantastic, and so is Fernandez. I mean, that's a good partnership alone.
There's quite a lot of comments in the chat. People are going on about Blackpool's match being called off on Saturday, which I haven't heard. Somebody saying on Sofa Score or something. I've never heard of it, but on the official websites it's not. But people are also saying Brad Foley said he reckons that football will be actually postponed with all this COVID.
Honestly, it does. People have been talking about that.
I reckon.
Yeah,
it looks like it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more and more clubs are calling games off, aren't they? I mean,
honestly, do you think there's going to be a third lockdown? Because I can sense it,
Yeah,
it's got to be one after Christmas.
100%.
Only a matter of time.
After Christmas, they'll go straight to third lockdown. They'll do the. I said what they said about the Christmas stuff originally. I always thought after Christmas they'll go straight into another lockdown, probably January, February, maybe let us out at March.
It's a nightmare.
There just seems to be no light at the end of the tunnel.
No. I mean, there's a World Cup coming at the end of next year, isn't there? And,
by the sounds of it, that's definitely not happening by the looks of it.
We might as well just do a FIFA eSports World Cup.
England one. Via the computer.
Yeah.
To be fair, the English are pretty good at that, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we are pretty good at that.
It's a strange one at the minute with football, because you can't really tell what happened with everything. And I have I've got a missus who works for the NHS, and she sees it firsthand, sees everything, and just sees how stressed they all are anyway, as it is. And then you see these people like going, well, footballers get to this. Yeah, but there's a difference between footballers and frontline workers. And in the situation, there is a bubble there. And I know there's like clubs, lower league, they need the fans in. They need to get the money through. But I think this could be the breaking point that football's needed for a while in terms of football to finally go, there's too much money banded around.
I agree with Brad there. I agree with that comment.
Let's take it back to a little bit of the old-fashioned it for the working man. Because most, like you look at Arsenal, to get into their ground, it's ridiculously expensive for a season ticket.
Oh, it is. Imagine if there's a family of four. $2,000 or something, 2.5.
Ours is ridiculous for what we do.
You were charging us £42 to go watch Sheffield Wednesday versus Newcastle. And by the way, I got a ticket and there was someone actually selling one to us, and I got it for £15. Otherwise, I wouldn't have went to Hillsborough. But by the way, nice stadium. It was a good atmosphere, but £42, come on. Come on.
Robbing people, robbing.
£42 £42 to watch a championship game. Are you taking the pee?
This is the thing with our owner. He doesn't realise where we are in the country at times.
Is it still? Well, how much is it? How much is it to watch? Just like from a Sheffield Wednesday perspective?
Not cheap.
Just to watch. Let's say you want to watch like a single game. How much is that?
£40.
Wow.
Jesus.
You're close to going to League One, and he's charging you £40 to watch that. Wow. No chance.
Our shirts are £60 each.
How much?
60 quid.
Actually, I can beat you to that. I can beat you to that. Ours are 65.
Oh wow!
God,
the
£65 for a shirt.
No, League, hear us out. Last season's home tops was the most expensive in the Premier League. £65 for a home shot, and that's not your name and number, by the way. It's more on top for your name and number and the badges. This season it's the same. The charge is £65 for a Newcastle United top. It's not worth it. I'm going to get it cheaper for 50.
For Tom, I think it was £35 to 40.
No, but the thing is, we have £65, but that's not where it's going to end. This is where most clubs will do the same. They'll bump them up. That's what they do.
Yeah.
By the way, when this pandemic is finished, imagine what clubs are going to charge fans when they come back.
Jesus.
I mean, Lee, when Chelsea had a game, Chelsea had some fans in, and have a guess how much they were charging their fans to watch the game. £70. £70. Just to watch it, for 2,000 fans, it was on the BBC. £70, and I thought I couldn't believe that. £70. Yet you're one of the richest clubs in the league. You're one of the richest clubs. I get it, it's London. £70 for a single ticket. By the way, if you get beat, say for example, against Leeds, it was £70. If you get beat off Leeds, you just paid £70 to see Leeds stuff you. I know they didn't, but just imagine the thought.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's like, I mean, if you go into like the theatre, say for instance, and that's expensive now. If you're going down to London, it's expensive to go to see a theatre show.
But at least you're getting entertained. At least it's a guaranteed entertainment.
Yeah, it's guaranteed entertainment. You pay £70 and get beat like 5-0 or something. Or
honestly, Lee, go on the BBC.
It's not value for money, is it?
Type in, right? Chelsea BBC prices, right, for that. And honestly, against these, it was ridiculous. 70 quid. Honestly, I'd be hot sank.
You know
that's got travelling costs as well.
The thing is, Wednesday on our thing, we have a 10-year season ticket. A 10-year season ticket.
What?
A 10-year?
Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, we do actually. Yes, we do as well. We do.
Right, 10-year season ticket. For the Cop, it's $4,500. For the North Stand,
what to watch 0-0 draws in like 20 players football.
How much is a season, Jake? How much is a regular season ticket at Sheffield Wednesday then?
Let me find out for you. I thought everyone knew about our 10 years.
How can you afford it?
You can't.
I don't think there was any money up. I didn't think there was any money up enough.
There isn't, pretty much.
Did you get a house in for £70 in Newcastle? Gurney saying.
Honestly, I don't think there was money in our neck of the woods. There's next to no money.
We keep trying to find ways of doing it, and this is the issue. He still hasn't got it right. I still want him to go out and get somebody who knows football to run the club for him.
I've still got my Sheffield Wednesday season ticket, and it says £42. I couldn't believe my eyes. The eyeballs nearly came out.
Wow.
But obviously I didn't pay 42 quid in the end because the guy was flogging it like the day on the match. He goes, "Do you want to go?" I had ticket, the bus travel. He said, "There's a ticket, 15 quid. It's yours." I took it for 15 quid. Fair enough. We got beat, but 42 quid. Honestly, the eyeballs nearly came out.
I mean, we've, Jane went to every away game, until it stopped, and the amount it cost to go to away games, when you're talking
Lee,
about...
what was your most expensive, by the way? I know you went to a few yourself. What's the charge in that League One?
I think Bolton was the dearest. That was about 30.
Bolton, a team that would just got out administration charging ridiculous amount.
I think they were the most expensive. There was another one that was expensive as well, but Jane went to most of them. But it's not only that; it's like the train fare, food.
It's expensive.
You're talking well over £100 to every away game. Well over.
Easy.
And
thing is, we are like the third. We are
money. Just paying the £10 I follow, you know what I mean? It's
saying no, Lee. We are the furthest up north, obviously, for where we are. If we go to somewhere like, say, Southampton or Brighton, or even London,
it's fortunes, isn't it? London games.
A rip-off.
The thing is, I don't mind going to places like Blackpool or Wigan, all these sort of clubs, even Yorkshire, because you can get there. It's not too bad. But if you're going like to Birmingham and then to London or South or even to Wales, I mean, I've been to Swansea away, and that was expensive.
Swansea is a decent away day, to be fair.
Oh no, but I'm on about like the whole day though. It's if you travel from Newcastle, it's expensive.
Oh, okay.
It's really expensive. But if you get a train, you're talking hundreds of quid. That's just to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's mad, utter madness.
I like Swansea away. That's not Swansea away day.
Yeah.
Well, well, this question for everyone: what's the worst away day you've been to?
Ipswich.
Wigan.
The only good thing about Ipswich away was in the Championship. We got beat 3-1. The only good thing about it was actually the beforehand of Bobby Robson, the celebration of Bobby Robson. His time at the club, and he's a true gentleman. The game itself, Benitez got outdone by Mick McCarthy. McCarthy, come on, Mick McCarthy. And by the way, we scored a goal against Ipswich at home in that same season without them even touching the ball. Wow. It's a record of the Championship for keeping hold of possession from kickoff. Ipswich never got a touch of the ball and was scored.
Jesus.
But then the return leg, by the way, this was on a bank holiday Monday, and you've seen the roads going through into Norwich and Ipswich. Honestly, windy roads. Honestly, I was sick in my life. And then, in fact, make matters worse, Brighton were confirmed as promoted to the Premier League. We hadn't quite done it yet, and then they hadn't quite won the title. But imagine that though, we lose 3-1, then Brighton are confirmed as promoted. Sick, honestly, sick going back.
What's your favourite Boxing Day game, guys? I was going to ask that question.
Massacre.
Boxing Day game.
I know my worst one. It was at Preston North End away with my dad.
we keep getting beat on Boxing Day, so I can't really
never do well on Boxing Day.
We don't.
Something about Christmas games for us. It's always
my worst Boxing Day was Norwich away. That was a travel. That was.
Yeah.
Where? Sorry, dollars.
Norwich.
That's what I'm saying. The windy roads.
Oh, it's horrible to Norwich.
My husband's a Norwich fan.
Is there? It's a pain in the arse to get there.
It is an awkward place to get to, I must admit.
Oh, it's bad. Honestly, it's an absolute nightmare. Lee, we actually got stuck behind a tractor on the way to Norwich.
Everybody does get stuck behind a tractor on the way to Norwich. It's unbelievable.
We did. No, but honestly, Boxing Day we do not do very well. So I can't remember one.
We do really bad on Boxing Day, really badly. Our big thing is from now, if our record is normally how it happens, we normally do badly at boxing, don't do well in January, pick up a little bit at the end of February, and then March onward we kind of pick up and go on a run.
Oh, we're there. We played Sheffield Wednesday and got beat. I remember that. I can't remember if it was a Boxing Day or New Year game at St James's. We lost 1-0.
I think I remember that one. That was recent.
Was that Boxing Day or New Year? I can't remember. But anyway, honestly, we are awful around Christmas. Absolutely horrendous.
We are traditionally. Luke Turton's put in a door. His favourite one was Forest 4, Leeds 2. Do you remember that game?
That was which one was it? Because we beat them twice, 4-2. And
Boxing Day, I would say we're talking about.
Yeah, Boxing Day. That game. I think it's Anto Cranky. He got sacked. He got sacked when Forest beat Leeds 4-2. So
I remember that.
Yeah, that was.
Sharky, it was 2016 when Glenn Leuven scored.
When was that? Boxing Day?
Yeah, Boxing Day.
Exactly. That proves my point. We are not good on Boxing Day. We are not good. We are not good. It doesn't matter where we play. We're bad. And I think was the manager. Oh yeah, Rafa. Oh, we have not got a good record against Carlos Carvalho. Doesn't matter who he manages. We have not got a good record against. No, we haven't. Shocking.
A few of the fans are saying that Newcastle's a great.
Oh, you've got to get yourself up the tune. Get yourself up the tune.
I've been there once for a night out. The women are delicious.
Oh yeah. That's something I've missed the whole year. I have like nights out and just enjoying the stuff that you actually enjoy, like go to the games and with your mates and get the piss up and whatever, all this stuff that you enjoy. You can't do it.
Yeah, man. It's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. I mean, we've opened a new supporters club in Blackpool, done by the supporters called the Armfield Club, and
I've seen that.
Yeah, so you've probably seen my video on it, but I've got a room in there. I'm going to have like shows in there with the former players and maybe even some players as well coming over. It's going to be really exciting. But
Lee, I wouldn't describe it as a room. You might get the wrong clientele coming in, especially in
that. No, it's actually an amazing room. It's called the War.
Well, mate.
It's the War Room, and they're having like a mural all the way around. Half of it's like from the start up until the promotion to the Premier League, and then the other side of the wall is going to be all the timeline of the battle against the Oystons, finishing off at the homecoming day. And there's going to be glass panels in the floor. You walk round, so there'll be memorabilia in the floor. Obviously, memorabilia everywhere. Maybe videos playing of old matches and stuff. And it's
you love your history there, Blackpool, don't you? You love your history.
Yeah, it's going to be astroturfed, and this room that's going to be in is going to be.
Do you know what it is, right? Do you know what it is? I'm going to walk in there, and it's going to have on the bottom Newcastle 0, Blackpool 2. I'm sure of it. The guy holding up the top. Didn't someone pass with Blackpool? I'm sure he held up the top. I remember he scored past when he held up the top. In memory of Blackpool.
Oh yes. For Gary Parkinson.
Yeah. Obviously, rest in peace. I mean, I remember holding up the top, and we all clapped, because obviously, in terms of out of respect, because it was obviously.
I don't think it was resting. Was it rest in peace, or it was? He's got locked in syndrome, hasn't he? He's locked in. You can't.
It was awful when the body just locks you into yourself and you can't do anything.
Yeah, he can't speak or anything.
I just what I was saying was we clapped because out of respect, because it was horrible. It's horrible. Yeah.
Gary Parkinson at the time.
And then I remember when it happened. Obviously, we sent the messages of like condolences and stuff like that. Because obviously it's sad.
Yeah. It was quite emotional. I remember he had it underneath his shirt, didn't he, when he scored the goal?
And I remember your turnout as well. It was fantastic. Wasn't that weird?
Yeah, it's weird that you're up in the top, aren't you? So nobody can hear you, can they?
Well, it's because people complain about it, but I think it's something to do with the supporters' unrest and whatnot. And I've always said that the away fans should actually be at the bottom behind the goal just to give you that bit more of an experience.
Yeah, because you can't hear us because you drown us
our
out.
fans actually want to be where you are. Like, a lot of our fans actually want to be like on the very, very top. They actually want to be there.
Why don't they sort that out then and make it more exciting?
It's the Premier League. They won't do it.
Well, you don't have to be at the top of any other Premier
It's the same.
League.
No, but Man United do exactly the same thing as well, where they put all the fans at the top.
It's hard. I mean, I know I didn't go to Sunderland last year, but as you walk the steps of Sunderland, you go right to the top, and they've got like little jokes on the way up, haven't they?
I've seen that.
You're now as high as Chris Waddle's goal was a penalty. You've now reached the height of that.
Doing Newcastle away, it really is just a workout.
To be fair, because when I was younger, I used to sit at level 7. I used to have to do that walk every single game. So now you know how I feel.
That's because you've got too much sugar in you before the game. Let it run you up and down. Yeah. You're literally out of breath. You're literally out of breath by the time you get up the steps.
Trying to get a word in? Are you trying to get something in?
No, I'm trying to go. I've got to go, people.
Oh, you got
okay, Joe. Have a nice Christmas, mate.
I think we're coming to the end
Have a nice
anyway.
Christmas,
Happy New Year as well.
Have a great Christmas and good luck to Forest over there.
Good luck with Forest as well in the week.
Yeah, good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone teams but Lisa.
Yeah, good luck.
Right, peace out. Have a Christmas and Happy New Year.
Have a great one.
Take care.
Great one, mate. Cheers, Dor. Thank you.
But I was saying, Lee, what I was saying about the guy that's saying rest in peace, because I just remember when he obviously had that locked-in syndrome, we were just clapping out of respect just to say, it's important to the club and what it meant to the club, obviously, when he held up his top.
Oh, yeah, it meant a lot, yeah.
You know how legendary fan is Tango? He did his famous taking his top off at Newcastle, and that's where it all started.
It would happen against us. People would take up the tops against us. I mean, to be fair, we've got bloody beer bellies that do behind the goal, you know?
You sit through the game without a top on.
Lee, I've been behind the goal in the Leazers, right? The Gallagher, where literally they take up the top the whole game, and it could be like -2, -5.
We got a fan called Tango, and every game,
he's banned.
He's not now.
Oh, he's not now.
His ban actually got redone. He basically got banned because the steward attacked his missus. So he got involved, and because he got involved, he got banned as well.
It's getting toxic, man. Sheffield Wednesday, isn't it? It's getting very toxic.
Extremely toxic at the minute. It's not a club I want to be involved with the fan base at the minute, because everyone.
I can actually rest with that as well, because Steve Bruce, had the fans been back, I think, let's be fair, if you get gypped or if you're getting pelters.
To be fair, I'm still annoyed with Steve Bruce and his long dog walk.
By the way, it sounds like you obviously might be looking at me thinking you're mad when you're like 12th in the league and you're not doing too bad. That's where you should be. But I think it's down to the football. We're not demanding top 7. Yeah, that's what we'd like in the long run. We just want to see good football. When you've got players like ASM, Callum Wilson, John Joe Shelby, Isaac Hayden, you should be doing a hell of a lot better than what you're doing. They're just sitting back.
We've got a situation right now. For where we are, Tony Pulis is the right man for the job. He knows how.
Sheffield Wednesday now. Are you 20?
Not bottom, 23rd, I think, 22nd or something. Let me have a look.
I know you were Wycombe Wanderers of all teams. Wycombe Wanderers.
They beat us. They were the first. They got their first win against us this season. We were the first win. We're 23rd.
Wycombe Wanderers remind me of the Burton Albion when we were down there. Little Burton. Remember them?
Yeah.
Wycombe there. They're not far from there.
Wycombe and Wednesday are both on 12.
Not a beer.
Derby and Rotherham on 16, and Forest are on 17.
Don't even get me started with the Burton game that we had in the Championship. Oh man, that was bad.
Did you go to Burton?
I didn't go to the away game. I was at work.
Beer. They brew a lot of beer in Burton, don't they?
To be fair, on the way to Stoke, I was actually in some sort of pub or some sports bar. It was next to the ground, so I had a look. This was the season we got promoted. On the way to Stoke, so we're seeing it. I thought, that's tiny. That I can't even believe we played there the season before. And we beat them 2-1 there. St James's, if you remember, we beat them 1-0. We should have scored more, but we got given a penalty, and then we scored it, and then all of a sudden the referee said, "Oh, it's not a pen." They gave Burton a free kick, and it wasn't even a free kick at Burton. Their manager, Nigel Clough said it was a pen. Like, what's he doing?
Weird,
honestly, I tell you what, Isley, I couldn't wait to get promoted out of that Championship. The referees, but then I look at the Premier League now. It's not much better.
The referee in the Championship is horrible.
No, you want to come
to League One refs.
The referees in all of the divisions is gone. The refereeing is gone.
Shocking.
Refereeing has gone everywhere.
Tyler's just mentioned, I mean, some of these referees in League One, oh my God, it's just so bad, isn't it? You can't believe what you're watching.
It's like Steve Bruce at Newcastle, they're finished.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, talking about Burton, with Jane doing all the away days last year, and actually taking me on a few as well. She likes to make like a proper day of it, where you go.
Yeah, I've seen the vlogs, are really good. We enjoyed it.
Well, I never used to be like that. I used to go to away matches and we get there about, I don't know, 15 minutes before kick-off, queue to get in, see the game, and drive home. But no, she goes and like visits the town and, checks out the, local pubs and, just, you can even go for a weekend of it. And
didn't you go to Chillingham?
Really
is it Chillingham or Gillingham? You went there down away?
I went to we went to Reading, which was really nice, and we stopped off in Henley-on-Thames, which was lovely, and we almost crashed a wedding in Henley-on-Thames, and that girl from Sky Sports, she was in with the guests. Yeah, she was in with the guests. It was beautiful down there, honestly. Henley-on-Thames. Oh my God, talk about money. Down
do you know what? I love away days. And for me, as a Newcastle fan, right, because I know in the Premier League it's difficult as it is to win games. We just go for like the day out. Like, if you win, great, but if you don't, it's just good to go and visit the place and just see what it's about. You go for the piss up basically, and make with your friends and that, and just enjoy it.
Yeah. I was so miserable on that video because we got up at something like about 5 o'clock in the morning to get the coach.
I remember your voice. I remember your voice. You looked devastated.
You wanted me to do like a morning video and everything. I'm like, I'm not a morning person. I don't want to be talking on the video. It was awful.
Lee, I've done that at Stamford Bridge at West Ham. It's bad. I have done that at like 3, 4 in the morning. Honestly.
Yeah. Cool. You get home late as well, don't you? But
we do.
It's fabulous.
Well,
I can't believe Henley-on-Thames let me in. What do you mean, Dennis?
Lee, by the way, Lee, are you getting it? Is anyone getting into grassroots football? Because I've been watching Newcastle Blue Star.
Yes, honestly, it's fantastic, and you ought to go and do it. If you get a chance to go and watch your local non-league team, you will just. It's a different experience to anything. You just won't believe, how nice the people are, how friendly it is. And I'll tell you what I like about it in particular is that there's no stadium. There's not much of a stadium. So it's like, it's very, black all around, whereas, in a match, you're just in a little stadium, aren't you? But it kind of takes you back to being a kid. And they do penny sweeps. They do penny sweeps quite a lot of time. Little bags of penny sweeps, which, it's all, it's so good. And the food is great as well. It's really good. You actually feel like getting involved with.
The atmosphere is nice as well. Because
it is.
They're all out there just have a bit of fun, have a bit of a day of it.
Yeah, there's no animosity. You still want them to win, kind of thing, but it's not quite the same.
Well, Lee, I've been to Newcastle Blue Star. I've been to Newcastle Blue Star twice, and they've lost twice. But I don't go for like. I mean, you obviously want them to win, but for me, it's just getting out, watching some football, and just giving them some money to help.
Honestly, giving them money. They'll love it, won't they? If you go and just get some non-league stuff, you'll think
absolutely.
This is actually. I'm not even sure at times where I like it more than watching. Blackpool.
Newcastle Blue Star played so much better. I said to my mates on Saturday afternoon before the game started, this Newcastle Blue Star game is going to be much better than the Fulham game on Saturday. And how right I was Saturday night.
Yeah.
How right I was.
Yeah, absolutely.
They lost, but it was enjoyable. What I like about Grassroots is they go in for 50-50 challenges and they get up and they don't just roll around and accept it.
They don't.
Like name on cry,
Well, but you know what the best part about that is though as well, especially when there's pubs, when the pubs are open though, they'll then at the end of the game have a pint together and just have a laugh about it.
£2, right? £2 a pint, like on Saturday, brilliant.
Yeah. Not bad.
Well, if anybody's not watched it and is watching this stream or watching it later and you're not seeing my non-league diaries, I've done quite a few now. And they're really good. You will get a feel for them if you watch my videos on them.
Do you see Colne FC? I think they're like a new club on there. On the block.
Colne.
Colne, whatever they're called.
It used to be Colne Dynamos. And now they're just Colne FC. It's the same thing, but they've got big plans for a stadium and everything. So they're near like Burnley, but Colne's really lovely. Honestly, Colne's a beautiful place.
What's Blackpool? Is it Blackpool AFC? I think they're called. What is it?
AFC Blackpool. Yeah.
AFC Blackpool.
Yeah. Yeah,
where are they? Are they step? What step are they, Lee?
Oh, they're right down the lowest step 7 or something. They're quite way down them.
Can I just say, why can non-league clubs not allow fans in? I don't get like National League and National League North and South where they need fans in. Like I just don't get it. Like these like non-league, it just makes no sense.
No, and the trouble is with them as well is they can't open the bars now, can they? So they can't even make money out of the bar.
It's honestly, it's absolutely pathetic.
It's impossible. Some of they really are struggling.
And then they expect club to just carry on because it's not going to happen.
But the thing is, though, right, if this continues, right, and there seems to be no light at the end of the tunnel, I do fear for a lot of clubs next year. I really, really do. The same with the vaccine. Oh, things are gonna get better. It's getting worse.
Yeah, no, I know it's just Ryan's just asking in the comments, did I not do Lincoln? No, Jane went to Lincoln. I went to Reading, I went to Bolton, I went to Tranmere Rovers. But it was actually easier for her to send the videos through to me to make the videos, you know what I mean, than me go. So it was good that I could get the videos up on the night because she was sending them all through on WhatsApp and I was then having to edit it all. And I had one night where all the videos came in all sort of in the wrong order and it was all over the place.
Oh, that's I've had that before.
I was trying to sort it out where it was and oh my God, I couldn't do it.
That's a 4-hour edit with coffee minimum.
Honestly, I mean, even like when we've got like games back to back. I mean, after Leeds, I've done the review, and then I was literally up to like 3-4 in the morning just to get the preview edited for the Fulham game. Yeah. That's because I've got to try and keep a consistency, but that's what you do for the love of your football club, you know.
It's so hard. People don't realise how much work goes into. You know, you are up, aren't you, till 4 in the morning editing a video, and then somebody, you know, straight away thumbs down. You're thinking, Jesus Christ!
I let them get on with it.
I spent like 8 hours on this. You know what I mean? To make this, and you are on like a time frame, aren't you? Because you've got to get the video up.
You want to get it
out the following morning, or else it's gone.
It just gets old though, because once the game's finished, the video's old.
Yeah, the video's older on to the next game, so you've got to get it up really quick. And you know, people say, oh, it's a bit rubbish video.
I know a lot of people get beaten up when they have like dislikes. I mean, I don't really get as many. I mean, I'll probably start getting them now. I've said it, but it doesn't. Honestly, do you know what? Dislikes that don't bother us because your video actually gets promoted out. The more dislikes your video gets out there, more subscribers. So it doesn't bother me.
More likes, more dislikes. It doesn't matter. It beats the algorithm. It shows that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not so fussed.
No, I don't get
not bothered by numbers in general. I just do it because I enjoy it.
To be honest, my videos, I get about. My average likes are about 30, even 40, but that's fine. Like I'm not bothered how many get. As long as people enjoy the video, that's all I'm at.
Yeah,
and even if you even get hate for it, if someone's hating you, doing something right.
Yeah, exactly.
Because and the thing is, the different kinds of hate, like what Door's got, is unacceptable. Shouldn't happen.
Yeah, disgusting.
It's never going to go away. Let's be honest. No. That kind of hate will never go away. But if someone going, I don't like your video, I always turn around and go do better then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Chelsea are 3-0 up.
Right. I'll put a prediction on. I'll put a prediction on 3-1. I need West Ham to score 1 more goal, please.
Ryan Dunbar says he has a local team, Wishaw Wickham, who do exactly what Sharky says: play the game, then come to our local pub.
No, honestly, do you know what I love about, like, cause obviously I love Newcastle a bit, but I do love like the non-league game. I really do. Like, it's just a case of like everyone's together. Like, there's no like, you know, when you look at Newcastle, it's like there's division everywhere. But whereas if you support your local non-league club, everyone's pulling in the right direction because they all want the same thing: is success, don't they?
Yeah, yes, they do. Yeah, and they all, you know, volunteer to do it, don't they? So it's
exactly, absolutely.
You know, the people that do the tickets and do the bar, and
everyone pushes in the right direction to do their bit.
Yeah, they do. Woodland 37 says, greetings, Carl here. Well, we're almost going to wrap up, I think, on that. Let you all get off for Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely Christmas.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Yes, all wishes all well for Christmas, even though it's probably not going to be the same, but there we go.
Well,
I'm in tier 4, so it's going to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. How can you really celebrate it this year, regardless of what tier you're in? It is going to be difficult.
Well, I'm stuck in tier 4. That's my Christmas done, Boxing Day plans done, my birthday as well. That's gone.
Oh, bless you.
Right.
Oh man.
That's why they say the hope 2021 is going to be better.
So when's your birthday, Tyler? When's your birthday?
New Year's Day, 19th.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Tyler. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Have a good birthday.
Well,
cheers, guys.
I know it's going to be a pretty rubbishy Christmas this year. There's not a lot we can do about it, but
I think the best thing we can say is stay safe. Spend the most time you can with your loved ones. If you do.
Yeah, I agree.
Just enjoy as much as you can be. It's been a rubbish year. Yeah. It doesn't look like it getting better for 2021. We can pray, we can hope, and we can just think. But there's a lot of families out there who haven't got loved ones now due to whatever happened. They haven't got jobs. They're struggling. If you got, keep them safe. Tell them you love them, and just
talk to people as well. Just give a bit of time to talk to people. Do you know what I mean?
Even if it's a mate you haven't spoke to in ages, send a text. It'll mean the
world. Even on our shows, we can maybe do some sort of live stream if people are a bit lonely at Christmas and stuff.
Well, that's what to be fair, we have our own group chat, like obviously like for football, like obviously we're Newcastle fans. I've got a few mates that we all support the same club. We all like talk and whatnot. I always say talking's like huge, just because you never know what people are going through, really. Do you know what I mean?
No.
People say, you're only a message away, and no one's alone, really. No one should be alone. That's the way I see it.
Yeah,
I think we actually provide quite a good service with our watch-alongs and all that sort of thing, for people, to give them that football fix. It's very important. I mean, I know somebody mentioned earlier in the comments that football's is quite important for a lot of people's mental health. If we can just keep people entertained and and maybe help people through Christmas as much as we can. But just thank you to everybody who watches these live streams as well. If you're watching it now or watching it on the rerun, thank you very much for tuning in, and thanks to all you guys for coming.
Yeah, thanks. Do you know what? Thanks for hosting. To be fair, because you give people a voice.
Yeah.
Thanks to yourself, really, because you're giving people a voice. It doesn't matter like what club we support. You've given people a voice.
You like
people a voice, that's why your channel's thriving, because you're giving people a voice, and that's good. You're not just
all together. We're all football fans together. And I just hope we can grow this, bigger and bigger as it goes.
Lee, you'll be on 5K, 10K before no time. You'll be smashing.
I want the show. To get bigger, for all you guys.
Oh, you will do. I mean, hopefully you get Cod's vlogs back, and you get. I forgot the other guy's name now. Loudmouth. I mean, I don't know what happened to him, but there's a lot of people.
Loudmouth didn't want to do it anymore, did he? He just had enough. He just had enough. It was just time. I think he's concentrating on becoming
nice guy as well. Nice guy.
He's doing his coaching badges, isn't he, and stuff. He wants to get into managing, coaching and managing football. So
actually, one thing I will say,
Barnet manager one day.
One thing I will say is try and keep away from my channel between Boxing Day and the 2nd of January, because it might not be good. That's if you care to watch for the 10 odd minutes that I rant. I hope that's not the case, but let's stay positive. Let's keep the faith. That things can happen. Get results.
Michael Haig says he wishes his vloggers a very Merry Christmas and up the mighty for the new year. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Ryan Dunbar says, thanks for all the entertainment you've given us the past few months. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone.
That's
I think that's it. For the show.
Yep.
Okay, well, I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you all soon.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.